Space, the final frontier, and the final frontier of my computer after I'm done playing this. Hello and welcome to Kerbol Space Program 2. So I played a lot of KSP1 back in the day, so I'm really excited to play this game. This game is in early access, so there's probably going to be a lot of bugs. It's very likely parts of this video may end up getting choppy or laggy, and if that does happen during the recording, I do apologize ahead of time. I will also be providing a brief review of my opinion of the early access after playing this game for a bit for this video. So you guys, if you like Kerbol or if you like science simulators and stuff like this, and you want to get a good idea of whether or not to pick up this game or wait, you can just skip ahead to the timestamp I'm placing later in this video and get your own inferences of my opinion. But other than that, let's get into this game.
Everything in there is well padded, so it's a great place to get up and running.
We don't need training.
Aboard.
NASA engineers don't get training, so we don't need training, right? That's how it works? Okay. So first of all, I need to see something. Is this going to be like Kerbal Space Program 1, where the entire society of Kerbal is just one space center? And the answer is yes. I do. Looking off into this vast horizon, all I see is one launch pad and space center, and no sign of civilization anywhere in the distance. So, just like KSP1, I'm assuming all of Kerbal, which is like the equivalent of Earth in this game, is just a space station, like a platform to launch rockets from, and boats, because there's a dock, and planes, because there's like another like airport style pad. So I really loved Kerbal Space Program 1. Let me get into the vehicle assembly building first, because I need to build my first rocket. So I don't know how different this is going to be from KSP1. I played a lot of KSP1 back in the day. In fact, the physics from KSP1 were part. Oh, these are fuel tanks. Okay. So we're going to want to get a smaller one over here. We're going to want to get Terrier. So the physics in Kerbal Space Program, because it does simulate real physics to some extent in the game. And in fact, it's really well done. The math I used when I was playing the game actually helped me get through college physics. And I got like Physics 1 and Physics 2 because of all the familiarity of the terminology and some of the equations used. So I have a lot of parts to work with at first, it looks like. So these are the favorites. These are the very basic. So we got a basic little guy over here. I need some sort of wings to help control this. Fuel tanks. Okay. So they're giving me a lot to work with right off the bat, which is pretty nice. But it looks like here we have a lot more to work with. I also don't see any sort of budget here. This is just about building the aircraft. I don't see any price tags. I can't remember exactly if the first game I believe you were like funded, and then you had to like build a rocket within whatever funds you could support. So this is the launch clamp. Wish to remind you that there's nothing more embarrassing than every brand new rocket trip over the launch pad. Yeah, yeah. You wanna clamp your rocket when you're done with it, because like if you don't, when you go to launch, the rocket's just gonna fall down because there's nothing holding it up. Some wings. We want some wings on this. Let's rotate this camera a little bit. We're gonna get a wing right here, and then. Do we have any smaller ones? Is this the smallest one available? This is the smallest one available. Okay, so we're going to put one right here, and we're going to put one right here. So this is so when I launch up, I can at least start landing. Oh, what? These are... Oh, for smaller air... Oh, these are aircraft wings. Okay. These are stabilizers. Small product. Very aerodynamic fin. Okay, this is super small. Okay. Control surface for when a wing or fin will adds more lifting surfaces to a craft. impart more control or just make it look cooler. So we're gonna use 2 of these guys. These seem a little bit more appropriately sized. I don't thruster. I want one of these. So I want some small thrusters. I'm pretty surprised they give us thrusters right away as well. Symbols for thrusters. I'm surprised they allowed me to have some thrusters initially. I remember that was a science upgrade that you could get later on. You could research and unlock the thrusters to have more control once you get further into the atmosphere. It's not going to help when you're on the Kerbol, but when you're in space, these guys will help you rotate the aircraft around. Let's get a ladder over here. We want to put a ladder. The hatch is right here, so we want to get a ladder right here, and then we want to mobility. Oh, and then it goes all the way down. Okay, interesting. So this ladder will help me climb back up. So this is the foundational craft. So we're gonna call this one the Okay, I didn't even see this tutorial over here. So we're gonna. Okay, thank you. We're gonna call this one the foundation, and it's just gonna be the foundation. So this is what I'm gonna be using to help every rocket from here. We got the basics. We got 2 wings. We got some thrusters to help if I get into a 0G environment. We got a ladder going up to the cockpit so they can climb back in. Everything here looks good. Now we just need to go up into space. So what we need to do to build a proper rocket, and you can trust me because this is my math degree. We take one of these large fuel tanks, right? And then we're going to take some more large fuel tanks. And then another large fuel tank. Just like this. And then we put a rocket at the bottom of it. We get one of these over here. And we're going to get one of these over here. When we're going to put another set of fuel tanks on the side. The goal is to attach them to the decoupler. Attach to the decoupler. Here we are. And then we have to do the same thing over here. We attach it to the decoupler. Boom. Oh, that didn't work. If I click on this, does it? Okay, here we are. So this looks about right. So this is going to be our first rocket. Now we just need some engines. We're gonna get some. This is extra small. These are pretty small engines. Whereas the I suppose I could put this one down here as the big noodle. I don't like that one though. So what I need is that's too small. Do we have any big engines? Oh, here we are. Here we are. Okay. We got some big engines here. Hydrogen fuel. Oh, these are hydrogen fuel tanks. Okay. So I just have normal fuel tanks. So I need solid fuel boosters. Oh, here we are. It was minimized. Now we're talking. We got some rockets. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put a bigger one right here to kind of even out. Now everything is perfectly level. So we got a level rocket here with triple boosters. Okay, so we do have some fuel lines. So we run this fuel line here. Essentially, these boosters will drain from the larger tank, and then hopefully I can detach it to the smaller one. Last thing, we need some wings. We want some large wings on this guy. This is gonna help us. All right. So we are ready. We're gonna name this one Fonzo Flight Deck. And it's gonna be named Space Rocket, because I'm original. Ready to test out the first rocket, everyone? Here are a few pointers. Flight cluster. It contains everything. I think this thing's gonna be a little bit. I think we got something going on over here. These guys are a little bit weird. Continue. Okay. So we're gonna go also adjust this. I guess I can't. So which engine is this? So this is okay. So it's doing the stages automatically. These engines need to be on the same stage. All three of them are to launch at once. Okay, I think we are ready to launch a rocket. Who's counting? We got takeoff, guys! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! We did it! We're in space! Woo-hoo! Okay. Woohoo! Yeah! Oh, okay, this needs some work. Reverse of the vehicle assembly building. I need to add some struts. Let's get some more wings on here. That was a real problem from last time, is we didn't have enough wings. So what we need to do is we need to put a wing here, and we need to put a wing here. This will help us. Okay, so now we're gonna correctly make this stage its own stage. Okay, we got ourselves the new and improved Rocket Mark 6. Let's go. We're making it. Woo! Look at this. We've done it. We finally made it to the moon. It's time to take a look around and see this foreign world and explore it for what it's worth. Look, the atmosphere is brutal here. Gravity's intense. I don't know if I could take off my EVA suit. Let's see what I can do. We're gonna plant the flag. Space! We've done it! Woo! Space. So wondrous. So beautiful. So I'm gonna try something a little bit differently. I'm gonna launch the rockets first, and then I'll detach it from the station. We're gonna see if I just need some initial lift, or if maybe I need to launch the rocket a little bit higher up. So this stage is going down. No, wait, this stage is going below this one. Here we are. All right. Let's bring the launch again. That was not what I expected. I pressed space, so like nothing worked. I don't think the rocket's even fired. I want them to fire first, and then when they're firing, I declamp it. So we have go. Now, let's see. Go. Why is this? Weird. Let's return to the VAB and restart this. I don't think the rockets are firing, and I'm not quite sure why. Is there Okay, here we are. Now it's doing the countdown. Go! Fire! What's going on? Why is it not firing? Why did it... Let's see if that's the case. So we're... Yeah, see? The space button's not working for the... I'm not quite sure what's going on here. We are going up, up, up. We want altitude on this guy. This gives me more space to launch. And we're also going to put this closer to center mass. Now let's try it. Maybe it needed time to ignite the engines? Go. Skip countdown. Wait, I think I see what happened here. Okay. Even though they're connected to the fuel tanks, do the fuel lines need to actually run to the engine itself? We're gonna do it for mentholax. Here we are. This time we're making sure it's the right fuel. It's down here. So I need fuel lines. Coupling, engines. We're gonna do some struts. We're gonna give this a lot of structural support. Here we are. And some more over here. Oh my goodness. This rocket's not going to be shaky at all in the slightest. It's going to be the most... And you're not... Okay. Into the rocket like that. There we go. So now everything's fueled. Cool. We're good. We're pros here. We're gonna save this. We're gonna give this a try. This time it's gonna work. All right. So we want to do these next two stages at once. We got liftoff. Wing, 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 wing. Lift it up, lift it up. Woo! Yeah! Oh no, 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 no. Up, up, up. I think the game's lagging right now. I think the lag experience here is the equivalent of like if you played Minecraft and like the TNT destroying the world. I have no control over the situation anymore until all the physics is done. I can do this. I can do better. I got this. So don't worry, I'm a professional. I know. Do I look like I'm dressed for success? That means I'm gonna be successful. That's the Kerbol way. We're going to space, boys. We got takeoff last time, and that's progress. So the one important thing you need to know about launching a rocket into space is you want to go straight up. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm having a hard time directing my rocket to go straight. You see, the other thing you want to do is you want to have control over your rocket. As you can see, I have perfect control. All right, before I abandon this design, we're gonna give a few more things a adequate try. We're gonna try redoing the center of balance on this. We're gonna actually balance things out a little bit. Everything's looking a little bit neater on this guy. Okay. 2. And launch. So, as stated, you want to go a little bit up. Here we are. Here we are. We're doing it. So, you know the best way to escape the atmosphere is just by taking the quickest path out of the atmosphere. And now, we decouple, and we launch. This is the most environmentally friendly way to launch a rocket. You let that guy go off into space, and we're out to explore the world. Just like NASA. Oh man, this is so laggy. Parachute. Deploy. And now we just wait. So let me go check something. So W and A control these, S and D control these. But other way around. S and D control these, W and A control these. So I kind of got my rocket at an angle. So let me angle myself like this. And I believe I want to go off the coast. So I need to go first. So first is vertical lift. We got vertical lift off. What we do is we do actually want the rocket to kind of go at an angle, right? But we don't want it, we want it to go at a controlled angle. Unfortunately, I think this rocket's too top heavy. You see, once it starts turning, I don't have control over it. And that's the problem. So we're gonna go to the VAB and we're gonna fix some stuff. This is a game called Kerbal Space Program, not Kerbal Lag Program. So we're gonna try getting into space, right? Take off, go. See, I have more control over the rocket now that I've adjusted the center of mass. We're going at an angle. So, little physics lesson. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why are you losing control right when I'm about to go give a physics lesson? We're gonna go ahead and revert to the VAB. We're gonna change the aerodynamics a little bit more. And now I'm gonna put the center of thrust, or center of pressure. It's off to the side. Oh, that's why, because I need more wings. So we are going to shoot on a symmetry of 4, and we are actually going to angle it right here. This will take the center right above center of mass, but slightly. Now we're thinking with rockets. We got upgraded engines. Let's go ahead and fix this section here. We're still working on the design. It's a work in progress. No heat shielding's gotten me a little concerned though. There's also no science tree either. Let's go ahead and launch. Skip countdown. And we got takeoff. It's still very weird in its behavior. I can't control it too well once it's blown up. Okay, so we're gonna return to the VAB. I'm gonna give this some more wings. There's never such thing as too much wings, right? Now we have enough wings to actually help control the rocket. Oh, it's lagging so bad. Oh. Okay. I think adding wings made it worse. What about you guys? Do you think adding wings made it worse? You can actually feel the shakiness of these parts too. Like there's a little bit of wobble. But it should hold up. I might need to do some stuff afterwards. Can I do stuff yet? I'm still waiting. At some point I'll be able to move around. Whenever the game decides it wants to let me play. So right now what you're seeing, something broke. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is the moment of truth. The moment we have been waiting for. This is exactly what I didn't expect to happen. Wait! Woo! No, no, no! We're gonna give this another try. Linkage between evolution. Hey! we're gonna turn back to the VAB. Overall, okay. Let's do this really quick first. My ADHD's again. And then we do this. Game. What is going on here? There we are. I kind of did exactly what I said not to and just flew straight up. So I'm going to let this do its thing. You guys can watch on the globe. And I'll talk about my feelings on this game. So overall, I was a really big fan of Kerbal Space Program 1. It's been a long time since I played KSP 1. So my knowledge on the physics and the rocket designs are extremely rusty. So the faulty designs in the video, that's on me, not the game. Unless like some of you have played a lot of KSP1 and you say my design should work and then the game's not working because of some weird physics thing. I will gladly say it's the game. But I'm pretty sure it's just on me. I've done some really jank stuff trying to build an overpowered rocket. My biggest gripe with the game right now is how laggy it is. There's an extreme amount of time I've spent in the loading screens playing this game. Like initially when I was doing this video, I was gonna try getting to the Mun because I thought that the Mun would be a good goal. I wanted to do something more circular, but okay, as I was saying, my original goal was to get to the Mun in this video and do like a moon landing and then make a joke about faking a moon landing and stuff. But I wanted to do it out of building my own rocket and getting into orbit and then doing all that stuff. Unfortunately, every time I was doing the build menu, the game was really laggy. I'm sure you've seen it too. Where like when I place the struts, the game just jolts and it jolts and it jolts between placing parts down. And the bigger the rocket got, the more my computer struggled. You can't hear it, but I can. The sounds of my computer's fans are whirring up. My GPU usage is at 100%. My computer is struggling to even run this game right now. So I would love to experiment all day, spend a few hours building together the perfect rocket and edit it down to a nice video. But I actually think I'll light my computer on fire if I tried doing that, which is very unfortunate. The performance on this game is atrocious. Granted, I've heard the performance when the game came out was even worse, but right now, I have, I'm sure I've talked about my graphics card before. I have a 2080 Ti, and this thing is at 100% CPU usage. Or not, okay, this thing, my GPU is at 100% GPU usage. That means that with a mid-tier, it's at least a mid-tier now. Like mine is less than a 3080 in terms of raw power and rasterization and stuff and technical details. And I'm struggling to run this game. That means for anyone out there, if you like space and space games and stuff, I would suggest picking up Kerbal Space Program 1 and not 2. If I can't run this game very well, chances are you guys won't be able to run it very well too. Do I think this game has potential? Yes. It seems like a lot of the controls and stuff are cleaned up from KSP1, and it seems like there's a lot more fluidity to how the game is run. The menus have definitely changed around for like a smoother UI feel, and a lot of stuff does feel inconvenient to access, like planning maneuvers. I'm sure part of my issue with trying to learn the controls is there's this huge, because my GPU is at 100%, I do think the rocket building is fun, and there is a lot of nice stuff with the parts. There's more parts than the first game, because the part selection is limited, but I assume that's because these are like the introduction parts, and you can essentially build a rocket to do anything with these parts. There isn't like the heat shielding and stuff. I assume that's going to be added on later, because you can kind of, if your computer can handle it, you can build a rocket as large as you want and as powerful as you want, and then mess around with the designs. Now, the problem is, when I started building that big hydrogen rocket, my computer could not handle it. You could see the pink texture blocks, like the unloaded textures, from how intense this game is. This game has no reason to be as intense as it is if you're not flying around in a rocket. There's a lot of optimization that needs to be done. My other gripe right now is I'm a big fan of going through the campaign mode of the KSP story. Not that there is any story to this game, but I like the limitation of objectives and getting from goal A to goal B to goal C. And also that method of progression allows you to familiarize yourselves with your parts and your rockets a little bit more than just going into sandbox, building big rocket, go boom. I mean, some people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's really fun to do that and mess around with the game, especially since it's in a very early alpha state. My overall opinion on Kerbal Space Program 2, I would say to wait. This game does look very nice. The engine looks a lot better than KSP1, but the game's performance is really bad. If you have a supercomputer, if you have a 3080, if you have a 3090, or you have a 40 series, a 4080, 4090, maybe even a 4070, I don't know. If you have any of those GPUs and you have a good CPU and you really want to play Kerbal, go ahead and pick it up. Your computer can probably handle it better than mine. But if you don't have one of those really, really expensive GPUs and you want to experience what Kerbal's got to offer, pick up Kerbal Space Program 1 instead. There is a Steam sale. It always goes on Steam sale. It's very frequently on sale. It's a lot more affordable of a game. There's a big modding community out there if you're into doing mods or just playing the game vanilla. There's so much stuff in KSP1 that it could buy you so much time until this game's more polished. When this game gets more polished, when they add in a campaign mode, I will come back to this game and play it and see how I feel about it then. But right now, I would hold off. This game's got a $60 price tag for a game I can barely even run on my own computer, and I thought I had some good hardware. So unless you have a supercomputer or you're just willing to burn through money to play this, I would wait. I would wait for a few more updates to see if the performance is a little bit better and if they add some more content into the game, which they are planning to. I full-heartedly believe in the developers of KSP. I really love what they did with the first game, and I love the multiplayer mod that let me play with my friends. And they're planning on doing multiplayer too. Remember, this is an alpha version of the game. It's just they're charging $60 for an alpha. I would not recommend. If this was like $20, $30, I could say that if you like these types of games, you could spend the money to support the developer. But $60 for a game that can barely run, I would hold off just a little bit until the game has some performance increases. Right now, spending most of your time having the game crash, lag, or be generally unresponsive while taking up your entire computer, making me think mine's going to start a fire in the back. I don't think that it takes a lot of the fun out of it. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me be really dumb and crazy with the rocket designs. Kerbal's got a special place in my heart. So I'm hoping that this game's going to get some improvements in the future and I can come back to it later and do some really crazy and fun stuff. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be coming back with another Rain World video soon enough and some other content that I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.